Hello, welcome to episode 4 of the Fella Sports Pod. I'm your host Eli, and this is
Tyler. How you doing?
well. Welcome to my hot tub. I mean, this is kind of a little fun thing we're doing.
This is a new edition, a special edition episode called the Steamy Duck.
Yeah, we got the Ducks. Yeah, welcome back to the 4th day of March Madness. It's officially the end of round 2. The Sweet 16 is set. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of lower seeds left. Not a lot of high upset teams. NC State's carrying the double digits. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll get right into it. First, we might as well just talk about today's matchups, and we'll go from there. Starting off this morning, the 2-seed Marquette beat Colorado. Tyler's disappearing on me. But the 2-seed Marquette beat Colorado. And the number 1 Purdue killed Utah State by over about 50. The 4-seed Duke killed the James Madison Dukes 93-55. The 6-seed Clemson, our only upset today, beats the number 3-seed Baylor Bears 72-64. The 4-seed Alabama beat our Grand Canyon Antelopes 72-61. That was a fun game if you saw that. A lot of chaos going on.
There's the Antelopes?
Antelopes, Grand Canyon.
Wow.
I think, yes. And then following that was the 1-seed UConn beat number 9 Northwestern 75-58. UConn looked really good today. I don't know if you watched them. I don't know if you watched anything today, but UConn looked great.
They did look good today, and they definitely look like a team we could see go way into this thing.
I could definitely see all number 1 seeds go into the Final Four. Following that was number 1 seed Houston survives a scare from Texas A&M. They win 100-95 in overtime. We'll cover that later, but that was a fun game. And finally, our Yale Bulldogs, our beloved Ivy League Cinderellas, lose to San Diego State 85-57. Not much of a contest there. Anything for this, sir?
What seed is Texas A&M?
Texas A&M is a 9 seed.
So Texas A&M being a 9 seed and seeing how close that game was, we've seen in the past with Houston how they play. There's a lot of water coming out of my mouth when I talk. When we see Houston play these tournaments, it just seems like they never have enough gumption to get to the very end, And that's going to be my prediction. Is I don't think Houston's going to make it much farther, but we'll talk predictions a little later on.
Yep. We might as well get into our March Madness thing. Jeff and Drake starting off strong on the week. You guys each have 3 teams left. I can easily see the 2 of you going far into this. Jeff, you have UConn, Illinois, Gonzaga. Drake with Houston, Duke, and San Diego State. We might even talk a little about the science of a first overall pick here compared to the last picks. But we'll go in order from here on out. Talon, you start off the week, or you end off the round of 32 in first place with 11 points. You were left with number 1 Purdue and number 6 Clemson. 3 points on the week for you. Great job, my friend.
It's hot in here.
It is. Noah, you are in second place with 9 points. You took a little bit of a beating today. You've lost Baylor, A&M, James Madison, and Oakland on the week. North Carolina is your 1 team remaining. Good luck to you. You have 9 points. Following directly after is a tie, Jeff also in second place now. You get 2 from Gonzaga, 1 from Illinois, and UConn. You have 9 points. Colin, you're in third place, tied with Jasic there. You will have 8 points. You get 1 from Marquette and Creighton. You also only get 1 from NC State because they beat Oakland and the upset rule there. So you end up with 8. Good job, my friend. Jasic also with 8. Iowa State and Alabama each get you 1. Those are the 2 teams you got left. Following directly is Drake with 6. You each get 1 point from each of your 3 teams there. And finally is myself and Carson. We will each be writing our number 1 seed, or number 2 seeds. Tennessee for myself, Arizona for Carson. We each have 5 points. Not much we can do there. Drake, I must formally apologize to you for bashing you earlier in the week. You were doing great, my friend. Keep up the good work. I can easily see you and Jeff going up deep into this one. But that leads me into, I will also be sending each of you your teams. Stay tuned for that. Tyler is struggling here.
It's hot.
It is hot. We might as well skip to our daily nugget. Do you want to go into that?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. We'll stick here. Let's see, what else do I got? I want to kind of talk about the science of a first overall pick to an 8th overall pick in our draft here.
Yes.
Jeff and Drake, obviously with the #1 pick, you each get each with 3 teams left there. We can definitely see that helps. We can obviously that's going to help a little bit, but also the good drafting on your guys' part. Noah and Talon each with the 3rd and 4th overall pick, but Noah has 1 team left and Talon has 2, but they each would have the most points.
I'm trying to get comfortable. This is not a...
Yeah, I'm like posted up on my feet, if you kind of know what I mean. We could slouch here, but then you can't see us very well. So, I mean, you can even back up a little bit here. Following directly after was Jacek and Colin. Jacek, you have 2 teams left, and you're doing well in points. You could definitely still make a run at it. Colin, same thing there with 3 teams left, and our sole Cinderella double-digit NC State team. And finally, myself and Carson, each with 1 team, were the 7th and 8th pick. It definitely, obviously, impacts you a little bit. Could seeding be everything?
Who knows? This guy does. Listen to what he has to say about it.
I definitely think it does. Obviously, Jeff and Drake, both very good chances to make it. Carson and I will be riding out the end, our single teams, but you never know. Colin with the 6th pick could make a run at it. Definitely still has 2 very strong teams in Marquette and Creighton, but both with tough matchups. Marquette will take on NC State, so you're gonna lose 1 there, unfortunately, and Creighton will take on the 2 seed Tennessee Volunteers. So stay tuned to that. But yeah, that's all I got for our thing.
Let's look at the next matchups we got going in.
Yeah, we might as well. So Sweet 16 is underway. This seems like such a great idea, but my feet hurt. We should have put something underneath us so we could sit on. You got the ledge there. Let's see. So Sweet 16. Tomorrow, unfortunately, we have no games. We will come back to you on the 28th. The first game is the 6th seed Clemson taking on the 2 seed Arizona. Following that will be number 5 San Diego State plays number 1 UConn. Very strong team in them.
Yes.
The 4 seed Crimson Tide of Alabama take on the number 1 North Carolina. North Carolina also a very strong 1 seed. Alabama could make an upset there.
I don't think so.
Stay tuned for that one.
You know, Alabama, I picked losing their last game, and now we're putting them up against arguably one of the best teams that was in this tournament. So Alabama, really, for me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to see them go further into this tournament. Now, they could blow my mind, but just don't see it happening.
And finally, the last game of Thursday there will be the 3 seed Illinois taking on the 2 seed of Iowa State. Little Big 10 versus Big 12 matchup there. But yeah, we have 3 days off of March Madness games, unfortunately. I don't know if we will be posting videos or not. We could talk about it. Baseball's starting up, so you never know. Tyler is a big baseball guy. We
could definitely do some baseball videos, seeing what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely talk about the Shohei gambling scheme.
Yeah, all of it. We'll converse there, and we'll get back to you later.
I think we're doing it.
Looks like we're doing it. I enjoy this. This is fun for me. I just kind of like making. We like making videos, talking about sports. It's fun. Maybe in the hot tub. No, I don't know. We'll see. Yes, we will be. Actually, yeah, we will be on the road tomorrow.
Yep.
Headed to California and Redding. Might see some of you guys down there. We also have the can giveaway coming up too.
We do have the can giveaway coming up.
Thank you guys for your federal answers, Jeff and Drake. You guys couldn't even just type it in. You had to copy and paste what you found on Google. But yes, did we ever have a flavor?
We did have a flavor.
Do you want to do that now? Is that what you know?
Let's see what the guesses were first.
Yeah, talk to him for a minute here.
So one thing I want to point out is we are going to California, so we will be attending a Sacramento Kings NBA game. That will be very fun. It's March 26th. We'll see them taking on the Mavericks and Luka Doncic. You know, Doncic. How do you say his name? Doncic. Whatever. The guy's a beast. You know.
Pretty studly dude.
I don't think. De'Aaron Fox. He plays for the Kings, right?
Yep.
Yep. That's the only Kings guy I know. Obviously, I'm not a big basketball guy, but I can't even see.
Thank you for Jeff. Thank you, Drake or Jeff, for your subscription and ringing the bell so you know whenever any videos are posted. Drake went ahead and said the mystery Mountain Dew flavor contest. You also put out in here. Thank you for copying and pasting. 2019 mystery flavor of candy corn. I don't believe that's right. Jeff,
That was incorrect. I apologize.
JBakes2233 went out and said the mystery flavor is Airhead's Cherry. And that was the 2023 mystery flavor, according to Jeff. Is that what it is?
If that was the flavor and not Code Red, which I thought that it was just all the random. Okay, yes, you're right. Correct. You win, Jeff.
Congrats, Jeff. You are the lucky winner for that one. Sorry, Drake. Maybe you can do better next time.
I can't see the screen. No, our light is directly in my eyeballs, so...
yeah, we're doing our best here. It is late at night.
It is.
Almost midnight for us here on the West Coast. Unlike anybody else on the West Coast.
Like for all of our
East Coasters and anybody who's anywhere out there.
Yeah.
Good morning, good night to you, whatever you're doing.
Good afternoon.
Yep.
So let's get into the Daily Nugget today.
Here you go.
So, you know, we kind of think about sports in general, right? And we grow up and we play them for fun, you know, we play them to get out and play around and have a great time with our friends. But when we look at the collegiate level, we think, man, these guys aren't playing for fun anymore. They don't want to play for fun, they want to play to win.
No, you watch these guys play, they're definitely out there doing all they can.
And now, growing up, you know, you see nowadays, kids are starting to play to win a lot more than they play to have fun. Now, there's a balance there. We see all these baseball teams of all these younger kids joining where they're just baseball, 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 to the point where when they get to high school, they're burnt out of it. They don't want to do it, but their parents want to see them win and go pro. And I'll say right now...
The Shohei effect.
Yep, the Shohei effect. They say, man, that guy's making a lot of money. We need to have our kid making a lot of money and be successful doing that. These parents are burning their kids out, and it's not okay. It's starting to diminish the, I don't know,
The fun.
the fun, and you can't just walk into the sport anymore. You know, you can't. It just everyone's too serious about it. It seems like. Another thing I'll touch on is 50 years ago, no, 30 years ago, JUCO baseball was, it was all right. Now, JUCO baseball is the same as D2, D1 baseball was
Back in the time.
back 30 years ago, right? So the level of, I don't want to say athleticism, because the athleticism's there, but the level that players are playing at today in all sports, not just baseball, has really went up and set the bar a lot higher. So when we see sports start to diminish because of the complexity that is now required to A, play them, and B, understand them. Daily nugget for the day. Something to think about, food for thought.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler. Obviously, a good point there to think about growing up, and when we have kids, it'll all be crossing our minds
When?
down the line with your kids that you may currently have now. Anyway, we might as well talk about today's games and what went down. We'll start with the UConn Northwestern game. The Huskies beat the Wildcats 75-58.
Yes.
Donovan Klingen from UConn is a driving force for them. The 7'2" tall white man, just
Donovan
unbelievable, big dude. Very fun to watch, very entertaining.
Now, where's he from? Where's he hail from?
I'm gonna assume Europe of some sort. They don't make white dudes like that over here. He dropped 14 points in 27 minutes today with 14 rebounds and 8 blocks.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. I didn't realize that's what
crazy
he had
stat.
there. Other star players, Newton from UConn, 20 points in 34 minutes.
Is his first name Big?
No, I think it's Terrence. Terrence Newton. Maybe check me on that. I don't know. It's an assumption. But yeah, congrats to UConn. They're moving on. Also, props out to Northwestern. I learned to have a guy today named Boo Booey. And he's quite the player. Made the top 20 list of college basketball. Congrats on a very successful season.
Good for you, Boo Booey.
We'll go to the final game of the night. Yale versus the San Diego State Aztecs. The Aztecs win 85-57. The star player, definitely Jadion Ledee. 26 points in 29 minutes there. Or, I think it's Jadion Ledee.
That's a name. See, I thought he was making a defensive stat. Don't let that confuse you.
We definitely talked about how you have to have a good name to be good at sports.
I don't know if that's a good name, but
Ledee's kind of cool. Nothing Yale could really do. Very balanced stats for today. Our stud Pulikitis had 9. Other players, Noling and Mbang from Yale with 11 and 12. But yeah, congrats to the Aztecs. Moving on to the Sweet 16 for the second year in a row. Other games today. The first game of the day, Colorado and Marquette. Marquette 81, Colorado 77. Close one there. Personally, I wasn't up in time to watch it. I wasn't up in time to watch a lot of the games today.
I was, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Let's see.
I think I was watching Blue's Clues around that time.
Yeah, great show. Great, that's a good show.
I like Steve better than Joe.
Yeah, we miss Steve. But anyway, KJ Simpson from Colorado had 20 in 39 minutes, almost played the whole game. The big man, Eddie Lampkin, drops 13. For Marquette, very balanced day. Kolek from Marquette, don't know much about him, 21 points. And Jones with 18. Again, wasn't early enough. I wasn't up early enough for that one. What? Marquette.
Yeah, I thought I read it different.
We'll go to the shootout of the night. Houston versus Texas A&M. Congrats to the Cougars for surviving that scare there. L.J. Cryer with 20 points in 35 minutes. Sharp with 30. Shed with 21. Played the whole game. Well done for him. This one was quite a scary game. Texas A&M with Radford at 27 and Taylor the fourth with 21. Both played the whole game. Obviously, if you didn't watch it, Texas A&M hit a buzzer-beating 3 to send it to overtime. That was quite the shot from, I can't remember who, but
crazy.
I think it was from Radford. Quite the shot from him.
Radford.
No.
Oh. Mister?
Yeah, Mr. Radford.
Shout out, Mr. Radford.
But Houston had 4 players foul out in that game.
Which was crazy, you know, 4 players fouling out.
We obviously saw the Ducks with low numbers. It is very hard to win games.
When you see a team like that fouls, you know, has 4 guys foul out, it just shows the depth on that team and how they can pick guys up off the bench and still get things done. And you know, another thing we could look at with that Houston game, kind of touching on my earlier prediction. As close as that game was, and the way that it kind of came down, you know, went into overtime. So it wasn't like they just walked over them or scathed by. Really, more of a close game than you'd want as a Houston fan. It definitely makes me think, you know, they might be the first 1 seed.
Yeah, definitely a close scare from a 9 seed there. They play a tough matchup in the Duke Blue Devils with 2 days into college. I'm sure you've all seen that. Jared McCain. Speaking of Jared McCain, the Duke Blue Devils obliterate the James Madison Dukes 93-55.
Not even a fun game to watch.
Put on the back of Jared McCain. He had 30 points in 30 minutes. Just a stellar performance from a stellar young man.
That's a point a minute.
Yes.
It'd be more like a 2-pointer every
2 minutes.
Every 2 minutes.
But yeah.
And he went 4 for 10 on 3-pointers, so I could really like do some math here and try and figure out
40%.
Yeah. Well, no, I know that he shot 40%, but find out how many points he scored a minute, incorporating the 3-pointers. We don't need to get into that right now. It'll be tomorrow's nugget.
But yeah, anyway, he becomes the second, or he scores the second most amount of points for a freshman for the University of Duke, behind Big Z, Zion Williamson.
Hey, that guy's in the NBA now.
He is. So props to Jared McCain there. Don't watch this song, it'll get stuck in your head. James Madison, just not a lot going for them there. Not much else you could say there. Who else won today? Alabama and Grand Canyon. Alabama, just a wrecking force of a team. Could give North Carolina a scare, I'm not really sure there. Mark Sears for the Crimson Tide at 26. And let's see. Grant Foster had 29 for the Antelopes of Grand Canyon. Props to him. We found out the other day, Tyler made a subtle inappropriate joke regarding his 2 heart surgeries he had after collapsing on the floor 2 years ago playing for the University of DePaul. So big shout out to him. Congrats for making the comeback he did. We hope to see you in the league someday. I'm not sure there.
Yeah, this is a little more inspiring than a DeMar Hamlin situation.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah, not to really get into that, but I can't say what I was going to say, so we just won't.
Yes, anyway, we'll move on. Our only upset of the day, the Clemson Tigers beat the Baylor Bears. Baylor didn't really have much of an answer for anything Clemson threw at them. Clemson pretty much got ahead and stayed ahead the whole game there. Carried by Hunter with 20 and Gerard III had 13. Baylor put on the back of Dennis there with 27. Yeah, a lot of guys played a couple minutes there. 21 minutes with 2 points is rough.
It's a lot of standing around.
A lot of standing around. Not many rebounds, not many assists. Got to get yourself more involved in these big time games. But yeah, that's all the games for today. We could talk about the Purdue game, but really, who cares?
It kind of speaks for itself.
Edey had 23. He only played 26 minutes. So that tells you something there. Not much of a force behind the Aggies there as they lose by 49.
Pretty disappointing game if you're an Aggies fan.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the games for today. We don't really have much else for today, do we?
No, and I need to get out of this hot tub before I turn into a prude.
We're getting hungry. Thank you for tuning in to our hot tub stream.
The Steamy Duck edition.
We don't know if we'll be doing more of this in the future.
It's pretty hot.
It's fun. We might be in more places.
Yep.
We'll see you in California tomorrow, maybe, if you tune in. It's up to you.
Yep. If you tune in tomorrow, you'll see us in California. We'll talk baseball, we'll talk other sports. We might just talk. I don't know. Just tune in to find out.
We could be coming. I know there is the Fellas podcast hosted by some European dudes I saw.
But it's not the Fellas Sports Pod.
No, definitely not the sports pod. We'll stick to sports, but we may talk other stuff. You never know.
It might get political. No, it's not going to get political.
keep in that like button. Keep in that subscribe button. Keep ringing that bell.
Ring that bell. Make it ring.
Should we make an Instagram account? I was thinking about this earlier. It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I think we'll make an Instagram account.
We're going to make an Instagram, so go there, give us a follow.
You might be able to find that in the description, or it could be there, but it probably won't be, because we don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to do any of this.
But yeah, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow, maybe.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Yep.